The way Stormy reverts to threatening people is what lets me know that you're not as evolved as you want to be. Right? Because in business, why do you have to threaten people with your husband showing up to kick their ass? So I understand her saying, don't make me have to call my husband on your bitch ass, since men are the only people you seem to understand and respect. But it's the way she went to that first, and the way she did it to Letitia again, because you ain't that crazy, because you know you ain't that crazy. Yeah, that's low vibrational for you to straight jump off into threatening people with physical violence. You checked Marceau, and you could have checked his ass some more and never had to actually threaten anybody in the way that you did. So yeah, I do feel like as much as you try to act all professional, that was not professional. And these people wasn't being professional with you, but nobody physically threatened you. Even when Mel was showing you and telling you that they ain't shit, you still wanted to go and be their friend. You wanted to go and work with them because you wanted to replace Mel so bad, right? That's why you ran and jumped to be a part of the Black Expo so that you could take Mel's spot. Tisha, I'm gonna need for you to keep that same energy, because you can tell that Tisha was more on Stormy's side than Marceau's when the shit happened. But when they got home, Marceau must have shamed and guilted her for not having his back. As if he ever has her back. She will then later on change her stance and defend her ain't shit, bullshit, disrespectful cunt of a husband to this woman, even though she knew the woman was right when she defended herself and told him not to touch her and try not, because whenever niggas put their hands on you, y'all, in arguments, it's it's a way to physically impose themselves on you. They can't win the mental or the verbal or the mental part, so they put their hands on you when they talking to you to physically weigh you down. Y'all don't be paying attention because you be in a moment. And y'all know the Scott brothers love to weigh a bitch down. So trust me, they've studied. And they are very, very astute in how to wear women down. Verbally, mentally, physically. The expo starts. Martell is there in a nice suit with no business. No products, no wine, no calendars, no cookbooks, no suits. Just the one he's wearing. So he's there just to be a part of the taping. He's going to do what's easier, not what's smart. Tiffany and Lewis come. They feel a way about the fact that they weren't even asked to be a part of this. Y'all know this is a Core 6 thing. I don't know why y'all wasted y'all time feeling a way. That's why he wanted to keep putting all them fucking children in Letitia. Let me tell you something. They want to be able to bog the women down with children. All of them. You know how I know this? Martell. Martell goes and walks up to the lady because she's attractive. And she tells him that her business is natural birth control. And the nigga felt like she repelled him. But really, you walked up to her because she was attractive. You found out that she's not somebody that's prone to support dropping babies off in bitches' wombs so you can control them. He runs into Marcus talking about, I hope that you'll be supportive. Marcus was like, you want me to be supportive? Because when I was trying to support my sister and babysitting y'all kids, you went down to the courthouse and told them you didn't want my gay ass to support. You literally went on a homophobic rampage about Marcus in order to control Mel. And you think that man's supposed to see it for you? Get the fuck out of here. Y'all wanted to curse Montez out. Shall we be so sad because we feel like, oh, they had so much potential and they just got sucked into the system? They never had any potential. They never had any potential. They had potential to do exactly what they did, which was go to fucking jail. Like, that's all the potential was, because that's all he did. Don't cry now. He out. Be happy. The first thing he wants to say to her is that, you know, y'all got to get it together for the kids. That's the first thing that come out of his fucking mouth to her. The nigga that just got out of jail wants to tell Mel that she needs to take the higher ground for the fucking kids. You know how my brother is. She said, you know how your brother is too. And he does know. Because I get the feeling off Montez that he's so fucking tired of Martell acting like he's better than him, even though he just got lucky. So you don't have shit, just like your brother just getting out of jail don't have shit. But you can put a suit on and use your ex-wife's, contacts and shit to look good. It's a different finesse, but it's a finesse. Y'all, Kimmy continues to piss us off. Kimmy said, I left radiation to come to the Black Expo. And it is an act of love. Because she don't feel good. But yet here she is, smiling and looking good. The lady when she gets there, realizes that the booth that she and he has is all the way in the back in the corner. If she was there, that wouldn't have happened. She can't even trust this nigga to handle the business the way it's supposed to be handled. She can't be sick. The thing that Maurice wanted to happen happens. A woman goes up to her and tells her how her story helped her mom, and her mom went and got checked out. And y'all, I understand this. I really do. But as somebody that's been reviewing and watching reality TV for over 15 years now, it is really annoying to me when y'all act like somebody is doing something that is so groundbreaking when it's been done over and over again. The idea that Kimmy has to push through her pain and her exhaustion so she can be an example for people that should already know this shit, that's annoying to me. You should not have to see someone suffer through an event on fucking reality TV for you to go to the doctor and make sure you're not dying of anything like that. But thank God for Maurice, right? Thank God for Maurice. Because what would we do if Maurice wasn't pushing Kimmy to do all of the things that she doesn't feel like doing? Meanwhile, she can't get this motherfucker to wash a dish or cook a meal, which is ridiculous. Y'all, last night Lyric cooked his ass off. Do you hear me? If this is real, if the Courtney and Stormy part of this is real, y'all, is it me, or does it feel like she need to fire Courtney and he don't need to work in her business at this capacity? Because I was like, two things that went wrong. First of all, if there's nothing she can do, why are you calling her, stressing her out about it? That was the first thing you shouldn't have done. Second of all, if you can't be left to label and ship something out without me being there, you don't need to be in charge. I don't care if you're my husband. This is not a strength for you. So you need to go and do what's a strength for you. Now you mad at the expo because you was there instead of being at your business. But the truth of the matter is the fact that you don't have people in place that will allow for you to go and do something like this without mislabeling 100 products. Tiffany comes over, they talk about how half-baked the Black Expo is. Kimmy says they got her in the corner to mail. She asked Maurice how could he let that happen because he's a fucking dodo bird that you can't trust to do shit. Martell tells the men Sheree is in California visiting a friend and she's not answering her phone. Like, Martell, are you honestly telling us that you're jealous or upset at the fact that Sheree, your friend girl, isn't answering the phone? She's not your girlfriend. She's your friend, girl. So why are you acting upset? Aren't you supposed to be somewhere with your baby mama, Ariane? Weren't y'all somewhere with y'all 5 kids, excluding her 1 daughter? Like, you're over there playing house with Ariane whenever you feel like it, but you want us to act like we supposed to feel some type of way about Sheree being out of town with a nigga, even though Sheree is over there on her show acting like you her man, her man, her man. It's very conflicting. Now, Martell, why your weak ass decided that you couldn't speak once you found out Mel was in the audience? Like, what? Why did she make you nervous? I don't understand. Marceau gets shown as somebody that's only pretending to know what the fuck he's talking about. Somebody asked him how to get money for venture capitalists, and he didn't know what the person was talking about, but he attempted to act like he knew what they were talking about until his word salad wasn't making sense to anybody in the room. And Tiffany was giggling behind this because he gonna tell her that she's pregnant and he didn't know what she was going to talk about, so that's why he didn't ask her to be a part of the panel. But she's somebody that understands what a venture capitalist is. So there's that. We also saw Carson Blue stand up to ask about credit repair. That question seemed very intentional. Like, I feel like somebody gave her the question to ask so that Maurice could talk about his business. And the way he talked about it was so fake to me. I know for a fact that credit repair was not something that was that hard to get into. You didn't need any information, any expertise. You didn't need any of that to start a credit repair business. So when he talked about looking around and finding a need, you're full of shit. They were handing out credit repair businesses to every fucking body around 2012, 13, 14 in that time frame. So when you get up there and act like you had to do some real work for that shit, bullshit. If you was doing so good at credit repair, why you went to school to become a lawyer? And you wanted to make more money because you wasn't making enough money doing that. Stormy goes home and tells Courtney what happened with Marceau. Courtney needs to tell him to stop being a bitch. That's what she said. He tells Stormy he doesn't want to have another baby because he was traumatized from her losing all of that blood, but he is open to a surrogate. So their issue has been quickly resolved, which makes me question if it was real or not. But whatever. I'm looking forward to Courtney going to have a conversation with Marceau and seeing how it plays out and if it's real or fake. Tiffany invites Tisha, Kimmy, and Stormy to give her some constructive criticism. Okay, they invited, because really it was Tiffany inviting Tisha, and then here come Kimmy and Stormy because they wanted to give her constructive criticism on the Black Expo. Kimmy really worked on my nerves because I feel like Kimmy often feverishly defends people for no reason. Like, if Tiffany felt left out, she was left out. For you to keep saying there's no reason for her to have felt that way because her name was one of the first names mentioned. Kimmy, you know that doesn't mean anything. It's called follow through. When Tisha says that she didn't even know what Tiffany did, I was like, even that gives you even more reason to know that she wasn't really trying to have Tiffany be a part of the Black Expo because she doesn't even know what Tiffany does. Stormy says it was overbooked with vendors. The decor was giving high school prom, and Marceau coming up to me for $100 was giving janky. Tisha says that she didn't like the way Stormy threatened Marceau. Even though she agreed with the way Stormy felt and she didn't like the way Marceau came at her, she still didn't like the way Stormy threatened her husband with her husband. And Stormy says, what you not about to do? What you not about to do is ever tell me how to respond to no business shit ever. That's what you're not about to do. Is explain to me how to respond to no business shit. And when Stormy gets to this very hood way of talking to her, Tisha is like, what's your problem, girl? What is your issue? Because I guess she thought she was going to play nice about this. I don't know. But Stormy asks, what about the decor? And this is when Stormy does the immature thing, right? Because now you're being antagonistic. And Kimmy is like, now why are you being antagonistic? You're not helping the situation. Kimmy is defending Tisha again. Tisha says, if you can't tell your friends how you feel. Stormy says, we're not there yet. That was very reminiscent of the way Mel has told y'all that y'all ain't friends with her. Like that was very reminiscent of that, Stormy. So at this point, I don't know whether you're seeing the skies for who they truly are, or whether you are trying to put on so you can continue to take Mel's place in the dynamic, okay, of the show. Because that's what it feels like. You want to take Mel's place. Tisha says she doesn't know her like that, and she could dive across the table too. And Stormy says, well, get active then. Get active then. Tisha says she thought they were better than that. She doesn't know where this girl is. I don't know where you're coming from. Y'all was sitting up there talking about Mel was the fake one, but Tisha's the fake one. Because Tisha was trying to check you for how you was talking to her husband, and you told her that, bitch, I'll talk however I want to talk, and you ain't gonna talk to my husband like that because you don't want to get your ass beat. When she said, because you ain't that crazy, that's all that mean. You don't want me to beat your ass. But really what she would have said is, you would have no reason to talk to my husband like that because my husband wouldn't come up to you with no bullshit. So you wouldn't have a reason to talk to my husband like that. But your husband absolutely came up to me on some bullshit. So that's why he got what he got. Because you can't tell him what to do. So you damn sure can't tell me what to do. I see both sides.